Hi folks, Greg here, KO6TH. We have a pass of the International Space Station coming up in about 5 minutes, and I thought I would videotape what's happening. We're going to listen in on the astronauts as they talk to a school down in Long Beach, which is a couple hundred miles south of us. Actually, it's a little more than that, but we should be in the footprint for part of it. This is my computer screen. We have gPredict running up here in the corner, showing all the satellites that are currently overhead. These are the ones I'm interested in tracking. The International Space Station will be coming down the coast here in a bit. And right now, actually, this red line here, hard to see, coming down the coast on the next pass. Right now, it is up here over Japan. Actually, what is that? Yeah, over Korea maybe. Somewhere up there, heading across over to Alaska. Also on the screen, we have the software for the controlling of the rig, uplink and downlink. 145.800 is the downlink. If we were to talk to them, we would be on 145.990. Now those are before Doppler shift. You can see here with Doppler correction, the frequency actually would be 145.803 on the receive as they approach us. Oops, 145.112. Or 311. So you can see it's adjusting in real time here. This is being sent over a serial port to the rig. Down this screen here we have the azimuth and elevation for the rotor control. When the pass starts, it'll start up here to the northwest and come down kind of a slicing pass down here, finally setting down in the southeast. And real time, you'll see the satellite as it comes by the station in this window here. Also in the shack, so here's the rig, 847 Yaesu that I have for my satellite operations. If you saw my video earlier, you may remember the satellite antenna control, rotor control that I have here, blinking away as the information comes from the software. That will be driving the azimuth and elevation of the antenna as the pass progresses. And we will stay tuned. Previous rig in the shack here, Yaesu 736R, and its amplifiers for the power amps and other stuff in the shack. So we'll stand by here. I'll leave this on the screen as we go and point things out as the pass progresses. Come back in a minute. Okay, the space station just started its pass. You see that showing up here on the screen just at the horizon. The rotor has kicked into gear. It's now pointing to the west here, still at the horizon. And I've got the squelch open on the rig, and we're waiting for the space station to call. We are a little north of Long Beach, so the station should arrive here first.
MH says this is ISS Bridge 555. I'll meet.
Here we go. That's the International Space Station.
I am ready, and it's a pleasure being with you today. Hey Joseph, first of all, we don't have much free time. We work a lot up here, but we love it. And during our free time, we take a lot of pictures of the Earth. We call our friends and families. We try to make some memories to think back when we're back on Earth about how amazing the journey was. Over. No, not really. I think the ISS is a proof that we matter. We can do unbelievable things if we get together. So we're not that little. and you cannot let the immensity of the world hold you back of doing what makes sense if you're at your own individual level for your life. I think it's a lesson I'm learning every day on the ISS. Over. The most used equipment, well, must be the toilet or maybe the water dispenser, because we still have to maintain our lives up here. So that's what we use the most daily. Then we have lots of research facilities, but we have so many that we don't use all of them daily. But really the ISS is so huge and so big, I think there's a lot of equipment that I've never used that I might not get to use even in a 6-month mission. Over. So we're flying at 450 kilometers altitude, which is probably 200 and some miles, and it took us 7, 8 minutes to get here. So it felt amazing. It felt like a roller coaster ride, a lot of acceleration. We felt pushed and squashed in our seats on the rocket. So that was the most unbelievable ride that I've ever had. So I still have good memories about it. Over. Hey Katrina, well, it was my dream as a kid. I've always wanted to fly to space and be up here and look at the Earth from above. So I don't think I've gave up a lot. It's really a pleasure for me. So and I did it also because I think it matters. Because I think it's not only good for me, but it's also good for the people we're trying to help. We're trying to do research that's going to make the world a better place in the long run. So I think it's important. I was looking for that in my job. Over. Plenty of advice I could give you, and don't be afraid. Try everything. Try to do things. Don't censor yourself, because very often people are not gonna even try, and that's the best way to not succeed. So try everything. Try to get interested in a lot of different things. Try to travel abroad. Speak foreign languages, because that's important too. And if we manage to do this, you'll have your chances. Over. So far it's very easy because we see the effects with the naked eye. So we see the ice melting on the northern and southern latitudes. We see a lot of things that people try to deny sometimes. So we see it, we feel it, and the Earth looks so fragile from the ISS that there's no denying that we absolutely must do something about it. Over. If we run out of food. Well, first, before we do this, we have a lot of food up here, because obviously we're prepared if anything happens, and then we're going to ration ourselves, and so it would take at least a year without any cargo vehicle making it to the ISS before we run out of food. But if we do, we would have to come back down on the Earth, but I don't think there's any possibility that this could happen. Over. So the requirements are multiple. You have to be in good health. You have to exercise quite often. You have to speak Russian. So I'm French. I have to speak English. Obviously, I have to speak Russian too, because we speak Russian every day up here on the International Space Station. You have to be interested in science. You have to like working with people. You have to be a team player. So that's all that I exercise. And then you have to learn about the ISS, which is a very complex vehicle. So it might seem daunting, but you really do it. One little step at a time, so that's why it takes so much time to get to space, but it's all worth it in the end. Over. Something I wish I would have known. I wish I would have known that music is important in space, and that I was going to run out of music in 1 month. I still have 5 months to go. I don't have any new music to listen to, so poor planning on my part. But there's a lot of little things like this. But that don't really matter, but I'll get better for my second mission. Over. But I think it's fantastic because it enables people to relate to what we're doing up here. I mean, it's easy to say all the astronauts space agencies are doing their thing, but we're not part of it. We don't see how that can influence our life or how that can cascade into our daily lives. So I think it shows people that we're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing this for everybody. We want to link up with the people. We want to convince people that we're doing it for them. And if we can do this, then I think the mission is already a success. Over. So psychological issues is so it's isolation, right? You're gonna be far away from your families and your loved ones and your loved relatives for a long period of time. It's not easy. Just like they do in submarines, and when they go to the South Pole on a scientific expedition. But it's not worse for us than it is for them. How to prepare? Well, first of all, by selection, we select very stable people, team players, because we know on the long run it's going to matter a lot on the ISS, and actually it's going to matter even more when we go to Mars or more distant destinations. We'll lose sight of the Earth, and that's just never happened. We've always been in the vicinity of the Earth, even when we went to the Moon. So when we go to Mars, psychologically, it's going to be a big challenge. Over. I enjoy everything about being in space. The daily floating is just unbelievable. Sometimes at night, when the lights are low, I just let myself float in the space station. It's just the greatest feeling ever. The view of the Earth is absolutely unbelievable. You cannot imagine how beautiful it is seen from space. So, and just the camaraderie that we have with our crewmates up here, the daily work, doing research.
Okay, we're starting to lose the station here. It's at the horizon as it goes to the south. I think that's it. Try turning on the preamp. End of pass. Okay, that was a pass of the International Space Station. They were having a contact with the school down in Long Beach, California, just to the south of us. So the station went by here first before it finished going by to the station, or to Long Beach, or the school down there. And that's why it kind of faded out here before they were done. But that was the station. In between the astronaut talking, the static gaps there, that's when the students were asking their questions. We weren't within the footprint of the school, so we couldn't hear their uplink. But we heard that was direct from the International Space Station. The astronauts up there. And we'll turn things off down here. Turn the rotor back to its park position. Turn the preamp off. And we'll turn the radio off. And shut down the software. So, hope you enjoyed it. Greg, KO6TH.